1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, ghouls, ghosts, goblins, and gamers.
Yes.
To the Port City Podcast.
Port City Podcast.
Now brought to you by water.
Water.
Nature's water.
I was going to say free, but it's not.
Some companies are. There's that new company that gives away free. They sell free water. It's just free. So the packaging is only ads. So companies pay ads to put on the bottle, and that pays for the water so that they can just give it away for free.
So smart.
Yeah, I don't remember what that company's called, but shout out to them.
And hey, can't do it in grocery stores.
We're not sponsored by them. We're sponsored by water, as in like H2O.
Yeah, just the stuff that's out there.
Yeah, just the stuff that falls from the sky.
I think water's public domain, right?
Yeah, we'll find out if YouTube strikes us for this.
All right.
Today we are talking about a blaster that we have not had a chance to review yet because it just dropped, but
we're very excited about it.
We are going to kind of cover some elements of it. Obviously, we don't have one here with us. If you'd like to see us do a full unboxing and review, please let us know in the comments. But we wanted to kind of bring you an update about what is happening out there in the airsoft world.
Mm-hmm. Exciting things. And who could guess who it is that's doing it?
Can you guess?
Could you just give you one
guess?
You have 15 seconds to comment down below what your guess is.
I'm going to actually start the timer because I forgot to do that.
You should do that.
And I'm going to put my phone on silent.
Yeah, you should do that too. Professional podcasters.
Timer started. Oh, restart. Starting.
Here we go.
All right, here's your 15 seconds.
Here's your 15 seconds. Put your comment down below about who you think this is.
All right.
Yeah.
Obviously,
it's Novritsch.
Yeah, our overlord, our airsoft overlord,
Daddy Airsoft,
Novritsch. The man, the myth, the legend.
The myth, absolute myth. Because I don't know if he's existing anymore. I don't know if he's real or if he's just a computer generated.
Does he even play on his YouTube videos anymore?
It's like just Joseph, right?
Yeah, like he doesn't play airsoft in his channel.
Well, he does sometimes. He plays on other people's channels.
You've got Riley hair on your
There's so
mic.
much hair all over this.
He did.
He just played TTT with Jet Desert Fox and all them not too long ago.
Well, yeah. So he released the first GBBR. You guys may be familiar with most of his products at this point. He started, obviously, making his SSQ22.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, he was selling some tuning kits and stuff, but now he's got a whole line of products.
Mm-hmm.
His pistols are very much so loved.
Very.
There are Novritsch haters out there, and to those of you who hate Novritsch, I say...
Why?
What has he done to you?
Do you not like being good at airsoft?
Do you not like being able to literally reach out and touch anyone?
Do you
throw a scope on your SSP2?
I couldn't come up with anything.
You know?
Yeah.
Get
literally.
a 4 times variable.
Put some .46s in there.
Yeah. And you're done. That's it.
Done.
You're good.
It can hop them. It hops them.
It does. That's the crazy part. But we're talking about the new SSQ22,
Indeed.
Novritsch's first GBBR. For those of you who don't know, that is a gas blowback rifle.
Yep.
Meaning that it uses either gas or HPA to kick back the bolt, and it functions similar to a real steel blaster, where the gas kicks the bolt. It launches the BB, kicks the bolt back, cycles a new round, and then goes forward.
Yeah.
And we kind of have a list of the specs that we've gathered from his website. Before we do that, I'd like to just kind of talk about the look.
It looks wild.
It's so weird.
So this is the thing: is it's based off of what looks like to be based off of the Ruger 1022, which is a real blaster. And it's a very popular 22 long rifle. I think it's long rifle.
Yeah.
It's a very popular 22 caliber blaster, real steel blaster. Very easy to work on. It's got a really kind of unique shape to it. But shoots really well, and a lot of people own them. A lot of people love them. So he based it off of that, and it looks like he is using internals like pistol, his gas blowback pistol internals, which is very smart because they're so reliable.
They're so much more reliable than most GBBR systems. I mean, you had mentioned that's probably why so many submachine guns are gas blowback.
A lot of the popular,
they're a lot more reliable.
Yeah, a lot of the popular gas blowback blasters that I've seen have been like SMGs, like the MP5 or the UMP45, something like that, or like the Uzi and whatnot. And I think a lot of that, I think some of that has to do with like wear and tear and like the function of the blaster itself. You know, like the bolt doesn't have to travel as far.
I don't know exactly what causes rifle systems to not be as reliable, but we said this probably a month or two ago. We have some guests lined up for the podcast. We've just gotten word in the last week that we are able to go to where I worked and use the studio space. So probably sometime May or June is when you'll start seeing the set change. We'll be in a new location, and we will have it set up to be able to do guests on the podcast. We have a guy lined up who is very, very knowledgeable in that stuff. He builds his own kits, and he's just worked with GBBRs for a while.
Very excited for that.
So
we've just been waiting on the space to come available, and we'll get him on here as soon as we can.
Stay tuned for that to learn more if you want to find out why certain things are less reliable. Because we really don't know a whole lot about the gas blowback stuff. I mean, the only thing we've ever run is pistols, which is pretty standard. Most pistols are gas blowback. At least all the popular ones. But bless you.
Oh man, it looks like a nuke.
It's so bad. But anyway, so the look, I think it is so ugly in the best way possible.
You remember those?
I think it looks real ugly, but it's so nice. I don't get it. I'm like in love with it, but I know that it doesn't look like good.
Do you remember the ugly dolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's like. They're so ugly that they're cute.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it really does look so tactical. Yeah. It looks nice, but there's just something about it that's just not quite right.
It looks like, so you know, looking at different operators, you see their blaster and you're like, oh, this is a dude who plays Call of Duty too much and just puts everything on his blaster.
Yeah.
Looks ridiculous. Not an operator, right? This is the blaster that you see someone using this and it looks so wild that you're like, they have to know what they're doing to be using that. Like there's something about that makes that operator go, this is the best thing that I can use right now.
Yeah. It's so practical. I mean, it's so practical. I think just because it's based off of a 22 is what makes it feel like not a real.
And it's a very small package. Like it even says great for CQB or DMR. Like you can literally,
let's just do both.
You can go into a building and get somebody in the back of the head and then peek out a window and get somebody across the map.
Doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make sense.
But yeah, so we'll have some photos up on the screen for this while we're talking of what it looks like.
It looks great with his like flip up magnifier and red dot combo.
Yeah.
Looks so nice.
He's got to be designing all this stuff with his products in mind.
Definitely. He definitely
It's got to be like, I know that this will look good with my whatever product I have. So let's get into this. We'll kind of go piece by piece and comment on each item as we go by. Some more than others. Let's start us off at the top of the list.
Like right up here?
Yeah.
So first things first. You know, how much does this cost? And this is what got me is what, like 369 nice euros?
Yeah.
It's like 404 American dollars.
Yeah. Our economy's whack.
It's a little whack right now. Gas blowback.
Yeah, we know that.
The trigger assembly is full steel, so very nice, very durable. It looks, I mean, it looks like it's pretty standard, able to be swapped out. If you kind of know what you're doing.
He says it is aftermarket friendly.
Very aftermarket friendly. So yeah. The rail system, I think it's just M-LOK, right?
No, there's Picatinny.
He did have Picatinny in there.
Part.
Oh, okay, extended top Picatinny rail. Yeah. So the top rail is Picatinny for your
all
optics
the way,
and everything.
The whole length of the blaster.
All the way down to
from the back of the receiver to like
not the tip of the outer barrel.
Not the tip of the outer barrel, but like
to the end of the polymer frame.
Basically, from the back of the receiver to the front of the handguard.
Is it polymer? Did we figure out?
It's a combination of, I think, aluminum and polymer.
Okay.
So it looks comparable to the quality of his. He has a spring sniper that looks similar. I don't remember which one it is.
He said that there's parts that are compatible with this and the SSG10A2.
That's probably what it is.
We'll get into it, but you can the stock from the folding stock from the SSG10 comes off and mounts onto the SSQ22.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
You noticed something interesting.
The stock is actually on the butt, like the butt cap for the stock is a short Picatinny rail,
which is really weird.
The stock mounts on with Allen key, like an Allen screw that clamps it down, like normal Picatinny rails, like accessories.
I'm curious how much wiggle that has, because it's also collapsible, right?
So well, not the standard.
There's a button on
the
it
A10 for the A10 stock
is collapsible,
or for the A2 stock, yeah,
is collapsible, right? But that's what I'm saying is that you can have a fixed stock, no stock, or throw on a folding stock.
So how much wiggle? Yeah, I mean, it may be how tight you tighten it down.
Well, we'd have to find out. I mean, this isn't necessarily a blaster that we're looking to purchase right now because we have some other stuff lined up. But hey, if it is popular enough that people want it, you guys just got to let us know in the comments, and we might push it up on our list of reviews for you guys.
It looks really cool. So yeah, just keep going down the list. Semi-auto only. Maybe, depending on... I imagine this being the first GBBR, we are not far behind some type of either SMG GBBR that he releases. That's probably going to be full auto.
That's probably coming out next, if I had to guess.
I would imagine it's either going to be a SMG, full SMG, or it's going to be a full length DMR sniper.
I've heard nothing but positive reviews on his AEGs.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine that if this product does well, he may move into some full auto GBBRs.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, this one's only semi, which I really don't think is a problem. I mean, I understand if you're wanting to do CQB, some areas might allow burst or some areas. But I mean, hey, for the most part, you're just semi. Well, so it's really not a huge deal.
Kind of jumping around, this was interesting. It has different jewel ratings.
Yeah, it's got swappable nozzles.
That's what it is. Swappable nozzles for different jewel ratings. It goes anywhere from 0.8 to 1.8.
Which most fields in America don't allow anything over 1.5.
Yeah.
That seems to be the standard everywhere I go. But I think our neighbors across the pond,
right? They
don't really care, dude.
But I think that's what, when they're talking about great for CQB or DMR, I think that's what they're talking about. Depends on the nozzle you've got on there, how many joules you're shooting. Right. Because if even at 1.55, a lot of indoor fields where it is CQB and they don't have minimum engagement distance, they'll put like a joule or like 1.2 joules, something like that.
Well, you really don't need that much power if you're indoors.
Yeah. I think the majority of indoor fields that we've been to cap the FPS at what, like 350, maybe
something
400.
Like that. Yeah.
So yeah, the bucking that's in there is a Maple Leaf. It's a 60-degree Autobot, is what it says.
Yeah.
60-degree Autobot bucking. So it's a pretty nice bucking.
Everyone knows Maple Leaf
is the standard.
Is the good bucking.
Yeah. The
You've
hop
heard
up
about the good ending. This is the good bucking. This is what you want. In the end, you want this in your blaster.
Want this one, yeah. the hop up, kind of continuing on with that,
At least for anything with range.
Is really interesting. So
Yeah.
he's got the. So I didn't realize this, but apparently it is a very common upgrade for your hop up. It's the TDC top. It's like,
I don't know what it stands for. Top down connector. I don't know.
it says. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what the acronym is, but basically
Top Darian Constantine. I
Hold
don't.
on. You have your
My phone?
Yeah, pull that up. I gotta know.
What does TDC hop up stand for? TDC stands for Top Dead Center,
So
a term that is used with engines and expresses the position when the piston in the cylinder is in its maximum highest position. In Airsoft, this refers to a device that is able to press continuously, usually by means of an adjusting screw, on top of the hop-up chamber arm.
So basically what it is a screw, like a hole, a threaded hole, through the top of the outer barrel, through the top of the inner barrel that goes, it goes down into the hop-up window of the barrel. So you've got the bucking over, and then this screw comes down through the outer barrel and pushes the nub up and down. I don't even know if it is a nub. I think it just uses the nub from the hop-up, or from the bucking.
It says it pushes down on the hop-up arm, so I would assume there is some nub in there, but I don't know.
So it pushes down on the nub, which means that, so this is the standard thing for his pistols as well, or at least on the SSP2, it's on the top. It's a set screw. So once you set it, it doesn't come loose.
Theoretically,
it doesn't come loose.
I doubt that it would come
for
loose.
this one in particular, it's a dial, a rotary dial.
It's basically
on the top.
a screw that has a big. The arm is extended, right? So there's the threaded piece at the bottom. The arm comes up, and then it's a dial at the top.
It's like a pancake.
So you're
dial
still
at the
using
top.
a screw, but it's just got a large dial at the top.
Yeah,
for
so
you to adjust.
You can adjust it literally
Which
on the fly.
I think is what I have on the SSX. Honestly, I should probably try to get that back out and work on it soon, so I can start running it again.
That'd be nice.
So I tried to get my SSX set up when it first got here, but it was winter and I didn't really have the right gas for it, and it just was a pain. So
Sorry,
we'll see. I might start running that again sometime soon.
But I like this style of hop up, and I wish it were more common. I don't think it really can be on a lot of AEGs.
I don't see why it can't.
I mean,
you would just have to make some serious modifications.
Imagine that style hop up on a M4, you know?
You would just have to make really serious modifications.
Yeah, I guess you could
just have to drill out the upper part of your receiver perfectly lined up. That's probably why it's not super popular, because if it's not made stock.
Yeah, you would have to, that would be something that the manufacturer would have to drill, or you'd have to like really get into like 3D modeling so that you could measure out like a perfect 3D model of your blaster to be able to measure out for like a CNC machine or like a drill press or something. Like a what's the there's like a measurement device.
I'm sure that there are. Tape measure.
No, there's like for like lathes and for drill presses and stuff.
I'm sure there's tutorials on YouTube that show you how to do it. It's going to be very precise though.
Yeah,
you're talking about like the teeniest little screw in the perfect spot.
And you have to line it up perfectly with the hop-up window of where your inner barrel sits and everything.
Yeah, so unless it's machined in the factory, it's probably really difficult.
And then you'd have to figure out how to connect the gearbox to the, because you're removing your rotary or whatever style hop-up.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to figure out how to bridge that gap where the hop-up is no longer.
I mean, for me, I'm just going to keep using a rotary hop-up.
No, I will too.
There's there's not really any reason to not do that.
Yeah. Until it's something
it's the same thing.
Until someone comes out with a TDC style hop-up on an AEG, I'm probably going to just keep running rotaries or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Continuing on. This blaster is gas. It's green gas or HPA or high pressure air.
So green gas, but technically there are other gases.
You could do that propane thing that everyone's doing.
Like there are companies like Novritsch sells it, like different like black gas, red gas, green gas, blue gas, and they're just rated for different temperatures.
So gas, I guess, would just be the
Yeah.
yeah.
Gas powered.
Dude, Novritsch got that gas, bro.
Or you can get the HPA adapter.
Yeah.
Which you
The
said
HPA adapter looks sick, and I would honestly run that.
it makes it take pistol mags.
Yeah, so the
Well, we should probably talk about the mags.
yeah, so it looks like it uses the proprietary Novritsch mags.
It looks like these SSQ mags are SSQ mags. That's it.
I would be very surprised if Novritsch made a blaster that is incompatible with other parts. So he even says on here that it is aftermarket friendly.
I don't know what mags you can use in it.
Well, so I think you
Other
can
than
use
Novritsch.
other gas blowback pistol, like the gas blowback MP5, gas blowback Scorpion,
With HPA.
like either with HPA or I think if it has green gas or whatever in it, you can use that. Because
I don't know.
the green gas in the mag or the HPA adapter is what's feeding it with air.
But they're the curved like banana mags.
Right,
the
but then
22.
when you put the HPA adapter in, it's got just a standard. I think it's like a UMP 45 mag.
Yeah, when you do when you put in the HPA adapter, it changes. But I think if you run just stock,
But the HPA adapter isn't solely for like that's the adapter that he uses for his pistol mags.
Huh.
For his you put it in his pistols. So I wonder if
it might be.
I wonder if
might
it
work.
is interchangeable.
Well, the cool thing about this,
I think at the very
stock-
least you'd be able to use his other gas mags.
the cool thing about the stock mags is that they have an open window, like how a pistol mag does. But because it sticks out of the blaster, you can actually see how many BBs you have left, which is not common for rifles at all.
The one thing I could think of that would be an issue is if you're running around and you're like down on the ground.
Yeah.
If the blaster falls in the dirt or
you
something
can
like that.
definitely get it dirty.
Yeah, and then you're running dirty BBs through your blaster.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to be careful, I guess.
I mean, yeah. So that's why
the
I
other
think
option is you could tape it off. You could seal it off if you want. I would leave it open, mainly because I wouldn't see myself crawling through the dirt with that particular blaster.
I wouldn't either. Alternatively, packing tape, like packaging tape,
clear,
just over the front of it, and then you can
couldn't
still
do
see
it
it
all the way up because it would get into the mag well and probably cause issues. But you could do it from the mag well down.
Yeah, you just put the mag in there and then
clear.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway,
it's a cool feature.
We've talked about the collapsible stock. We just talked about the ammo counter, the ammo check. This does have 14 millimeter counterclockwise threading on the barrel, so you can put a suppressor, muzzle adapter, muzzle device on there. It talks about the different nozzles.
Yeah,
so I imagine
there's
that's
like
probably
3 different nozzles that you can get.
And then so aftermarket friendly, the pistol grip and everything is swappable with pretty much any standard gas blowback or real steel AR-15 pistol grips.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, you can do it. If you've got stuff like that you like, if you've got a particular pistol grip that you like running.
And then finally, it comes with, like most Novritsch products, a full video library of how to maintenance it, how to work on it, upgrades, general just like how does the blaster work. And then if you want to go to his website to see, do I want to buy this? And you want to learn more, he has a buyer's guide video on his website for this, as well as all this information and probably a little bit more listed on there. But I mean, we got most of the important stuff covered in this.
Yeah,
so
it looks exciting. We watched some gameplay footage that he's just got on his website from different YouTubers that have tried it out. He's sent the blaster. It looks like it does pretty good.
I'd be shocked if this is what I have found. When it comes to Novritsch products, there seems to be always one little bug in the first batch.
Yeah.
One small, insignificant bug. On my SSG24, the stock wiggled, and they sent out new stocks to everyone. And that's I
Yeah,
I
and
got
that's
to
what I
fix that
love about
on-
Novritsch, man, is he is so quick to.
Oh,
like,
and his customer service is amazing.
yeah,
Like they care.
Yeah.
You can tell that they care. With my SSP, the green gas mags leaked just a little bit at the beginning. And he released a video. We actually had a video as well on that.
we did.
Covering how to fix that. On the SSX, I think that one's mostly just user error and the temperature that it was, because I haven't run it since it warmed up. But I mean, overall, I don't really hear any bad things about Novritsch products. I know that people like to hate on him. I've noticed in the Airsoft community, there are people who are like, this is Airsoft. This specific company, this model is Airsoft. If you're not running this, you're not playing Airsoft. That is literally like...
I mean, it's a little bit how I feel about Novritsch stuff.
The majority of Airsofters have their one little thing that they're like, this is it. This is peak Airsoft. And the reality is, it's not how it works.
No.
There's way too many products to be like, this one is the best. Now,
it's whatever
when it
works.
comes to like Novritsch's stuff, I always tell people, it's not necessarily that it's going to be the best thing ever. It's just that it's going to be way better than any other stock blaster, and you don't have to do anything to it.
Yeah.
You know, most people are like, the best thing you can do is buy this one and buy this upgrade and put this in there, and then you have the best thing ever. And it's like, yeah, if you want to spend $1,000,
right,
or more,
I'm not there yet,
and then have to potentially break something modding it. Which for us, like, we're getting to the point now where we're upgrading and we're working on our stuff, and
but that
and
comes
that's
with time
fine.
and
But,
practice.
Like, if you're buying in, you don't want to, like, don't listen for your first one. Don't get something you have to upgrade. Get something that's going to work great out of the box. That's why we were so excited about the Zion Arms blaster, which they've released new models of that now. So they have different colors available and different lengths.
They do, yeah. Which they have shorter barrel ones, and I really wouldn't want a shorter barrel than what the regular one is.
Honestly, the jewel rating on it's really low. When I did
auto,
that comes out actually based off of when this episode releases tomorrow, we have the Zion Arms review. So make sure to go check that out tomorrow.
Did we? We did.
I filmed it when I was
Good.
Yeah, I did it. I have to finish editing it. It'll be done.
Shh.
But
you didn't hear anything.
Yeah. So tomorrow, go check out the Zion Arms review. I'm telling you right now, spoiler alert. Best purchase.
Great. Fantastic.
I'm telling you right now.
Oh my gosh.
You should watch it.
Yeah.
You should watch the video because we go into detail about all the benefits. But I mean, man, we've used that thing on the field for a few weeks now. That thing rips. And
that binary trigger.
It is so cheap for everything you get out of it. I mean, I'm talking like
I'm seriously
a good $100 or $200 under what it probably should be valued at.
I'm seriously considering swapping out my trigger and my Valken for a binary trigger. That right there was life changing.
Yeah.
Just to be able to get that immediate second follow-up shot.
I want that 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 round burst. All of them. But make sure you go check out that video tomorrow. It's quite frankly, it is just one of the best things we've ever reviewed. But
yeah, so good.
But that being my point is, you want something like that. You want something like a Novritsch blaster. Our greatest sponsor, Benny S, approached me about getting into airsoft sniping. I told him, look, man, don't even waste your time buying a different sniper. Just buy a Novritsch product. If you're going to snipe, buy a Novritsch product. Yes.
Because the alternative is the VSR10 and then upgrade it. When you could just buy an SSG,
They don't make the 24 anymore.
They don't make the 24, but he has something else that is comparable to the 24.
They have the 96, I think is what it is.
And it's the VSR10 with all of the upgrades that you would do to a VSR10 to get it working properly.
And the other thing, too, is if you're going to run an HPA, DMR, or Sniper, like, you're going to have to do so much work on that. Like, that is for experienced players.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another example is there are, like, plenty of people who swear by their kit, like, their setups. What's the gas kit that Dayton did way back in the day with the 3D printed maple leaf charging handle?
I don't remember what the kit he used was, but I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
He did was just had the plastic thing to charge. Yeah,
like some guys love that, and that's great. Do it, man. But like, if you want to get into like sniping, like airsoft, you want to reach out there, get yourself an SSG product. Get Novrich's sniper. I think the farthest shot I hit with that was like 300 feet.
Oh, across the lake at Ballahack?
No, farther than that.
Oh.
I've shot farther than that. Up in Minnesota.
Oh, dude.
I was up in a house in an attic. There was a huge field full of trenches in no man's land, and then there was a pine forest. I mean, so far away. Like, you could not have really seen the guy without a scope.
Yeah.
Because he was, like, up in the trees. And I was like,
Hey, buddy.
I was like, hey, I'm just going to go for it. It took me a few tries, but eventually, because the BBs kept landing next to him, and he was looking in my direction, like. And then eventually, I got him, and he raised his hand, and he just went.
Good hit.
He went. Walked away. Thumbs up,
dude.
Walked
That's
away.
Hey, good airsofter right
Dude,
there.
yeah.
That is a good airsofter.
He said, "You know what, man? If he shot me across this entire open field
with a sniper, he earned it."
Yeah,
and I'm calling it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that was a fun field. I
Yeah.
remember one time I was in the trenches. I brought my ghillie suit, and I was like, I'm going to be like the trench sniper. You know, you hear stories from like World War I and World War II of like marksmen setting up out in no man's land and just waiting for people. So I set up my ghillie suit and I crawled up on top of the trenches, and I would just watch across the field. And I would sit there for so long, and eventually I see like one dude's head come up out of the tall grass, look right, then left, and then sink back down. And I watch the grass move as he's crawling. And later he peeks back up, and I shoot. He has no idea where I'm at. I shoot. You hear the tick of it hitting his paintball mask.
Goggle.
And then I see 5 more dudes pop up and roll into trenches. They all just, and I just hear people go, "Sniper!" As I'm just sitting there.
Dude, you said trenches or like no man's land, and I immediately, I just rewatched Kingsman.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I have not.
Do you know the Kingsman movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the third one that they released, where it's in World War I, like the origin story. Dude, there's a scene in there where they're in no man's land, like in the middle of the night trying to sneak across to get somebody.
Impossible.
And it's like a bunch of British soldiers, and then a bunch of like they roll up on a bunch of German soldiers doing the exact same thing, and they all like look at each other and like and put the guns away because they know like if one of them shoots, then both sides are gonna open up and they're all gonna be dead.
So
they pull out knives and they just start like going at it, dude. And it's so cool.
Sounds so cool.
And then someone immediately like, or not immediately, but somebody like makes a noise and it like crossfire ensues. But it is just so wild,
dude. That's hilarious.
Yeah, like, but you said that, and that was immediately like I would not want to be
that
there.
field is sick.
I want to go.
Yeah,
you've talked about it before. I really want to go try that field out next time you go.
We'll have to do it. We're kind of here. We're kind of at time, really.
Yeah, and we can kind of talk about. We don't really have anything else with this.
No, but like, what do we have this week that's going on?
We're playing Airsoft.
We're playing Airsoft this Saturday.
Tomorrow, as of this video.
Yeah.
Then next weekend.
Dude, next week
we're going to Thunderdome.
2.
Thunderdome 2 out in North Carolina. A little Milsim event with a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do a little pseudo Palmcast with old boy.
We could record.
Maybe
let's do that. We'll record.
We'll be in a hotel with him for 3 days.
I'll bring my laptop and interface, and we'll do a little Palmcast.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just off your phone.
Yeah.
Either way,
we could.
We'll try to do something.
A short episode, kind of talking about the
event, because he's our friend is he is a
milsimmer.
He is a milsimmer, but he's also
sponsored,
like somewhat on the staff for.
Not for this event.
Not for this one.
Last event.
Okay, he was
didn't go to.
Yeah. So
Stonebreaker, I think, is what it was.
He has adminned at Milsim events before.
Yeah.
And so we want to talk to him and just pick his brain.
We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up.
Yeah,
I mean, we're getting into some Milsim stuff to bring you guys some more content about that and how to prepare.
I don't mean to brag, but we got some really cool stuff.
We
coming
do,
up.
yeah. We got the Milsim stuff. We're gonna be getting more guests on the podcast. We're gonna be changing our upload schedule later this year, maybe in the next few months, to bring you guys more content,
dude. Imagine that for free.
We'll still have weekly stuff, but we're gonna be providing some more opportunities and educational stuff for you guys. I think that's it. Just look forward to some more content. Again, tomorrow we got the Zion Arms review. Make sure to check that out.
Check it out. Then watch this video. Watch it again.
We're doing this for you guys, and we're adding more to the schedule to hopefully bring some more content, some better content, some variety. Because right now we like doing the podcast, but we're kind of worried that it's a little bit too much information for the podcast setting.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about maybe mixing it up a little bit and bringing some other stuff in that's a little bit more educational in its own setting.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff. If you guys have recommendations or requests, make sure to comment. You can DM us and follow us on Instagram at port_city_airsoft. What else? What do we got? You can follow us on Reddit.
You can.
Down in the description.
And then subscribe here. Give it a slap it. Just full punch. Like, don't hold back on that like button. I want to feel it.
Yeah. But comment.
And then also comment. Comment if you didn't already comment from earlier in the video.
Comment again.
Then do it now. And just say like hi.
We've talked through we haven't talked about it as much recently, but there is request for a Discord server. Ooh. And we have been thinking through what that would look like because we don't have a whole lot of time to moderate it ourselves.
Yeah.
But it is eventually going to happen.
It is.
Please stay tuned for that. It'll primarily just be a way for us to share content directly to you guys and to interact live and personally.
Share memes.
Answer questions, share content, promote your own, stuff, kit reviews, whatnot, all that. But
rate my kit and roast my kit.
Yeah, we'll have both.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. I appreciate all you guys watching, and we'll see you.
Physically see you.
Yeah.
People don't know, but we can see you.
Yeah.
Through the camera.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
I'm looking at you, Daryl.
Daryl? You know. All right. Cool. Just gonna leave.